Welcome everybody to the CalGIS webinar number 6, leading up to the 2014 CalGIS conference, which will be taking place in Monterey about 50 days from now on April 14th through 16th. Thank you for registering for the webinar today and coming in to join us. My name is Jeff Orton. It says Matt Mitchell on my picture there, but he's one of our IT managers who helps set this up, so it's going to show his name, but my name is Jeff Orton and I'm the conference chair for CalGIS. Today we have a couple of great visitors, or guests here on our webinar. I'd also like to encourage you, if you have missed some of our previous webinars, we have done, this will be our 6th, so we have 5 of them recorded on the calgis.org webpage. You can go and see those previous webinars and recordings. I think it's been a great opportunity for people to come together across the state with these webinars. We've had before this one, we've had about 700 unique people register for the conference or for the webinars, and this now enabled us to get out there and communicate with you, to talk a little bit about the conference, and hopefully to give you some information that you might not know about CalGIS. Briefly, I'll give you a rundown of the CalGIS conference here before we get started with our first speaker. People are still popping in right now, and so I'm going to review the information on this page briefly before we get started on the core of the conference. You can read there our guests, their names. I'm not going to go through deep introductions for them. If you want to find out more about them, I'm sure you can hit the world of a search engine out there. Our next webinar, which will be coming up on March 21st, is going to have 3 guests. The first guest, Nate Roth, will be just in for a moment. He's going to be kind of explaining what his presentation is going to be about at CalGIS. He's talking about the statewide parcel database that's getting ready to roll out. For those of you who are in local government, cities, counties, state, people who want to know about parcels or who are interested in parcel data for other reasons, that's a great opportunity to get involved in it. Then we're going to have 2 guests kind of paired together from LA County. Emilio Solano from LA County Assessors Mapping Division, and Mark Greninger from the LA County, he's the LA County GIO, Assistant CIO. And they're going to be talking about both implementation of GIS in LA County and the specifics about the parcel database, the maintenance of the parcel database, the use of the parcel database. I think it'll be a very interesting presentation. If you want to get in touch with us, please go to calgis.org. There's our website. It has all kinds of information about the conference coming up, our guests and everything. And if you want to email me, you can email me at calgisconference@gmail.com. That'll give you an opportunity to communicate directly with me. For those of you who have received this email in the past, you probably have my work email address. You're welcome to contact me on there also if need be. Let's see if we can get here to the next screen. A couple of updates on the conference. First of all, there is the now scheduled GeoDev meetup that's going to be taking place on Sunday, April 13th. That's the night before the conference starts. It's not directly a conference event, but it's an event associated with the conference. If you go to the meetup.com and you can search for this one, there's the link to it there at the bottom. It'll be taking place at Planet Gemini, which is a club, bar, restaurant there in Monterey. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I think they said that Sunday night is salsa night, so if you like music, live music and that, there'll be some of that too at the Dev meetup. Esri is one of the sponsors of that, so you're welcome to come out and join us. If you're the kind of person who is a developer, loves that kind of stuff, please come out and join us that evening and have a lot of fun before the conference gets into full gear. On Monday, we have 3 workshops: the Marine GIS workshop, the Esri ArcGIS online workshop, and an open source workshop with presenters from Boundless and Mapbox. The Esri ArcGIS online presentation workshop is fairly full right now. If you want to try to send me an email and get on a waiting list for that conference, if any extra slots open up, please do. We still have some slots in the open source workshop and the Marine GIS workshop. We can fill up the room with people, especially for the morning time. So if you have any interest in Marine GIS, please jump in. We have that afternoon on Monday, there's meetings for the State GIS User Group, the CGIA Board, and the ERISA chapters. So please get involved with that. We also have a career development thing we're trying to do. We're trying to get some people who've been involved in the hiring process before at their companies, who've had to make hiring decisions, review lots of resumes, and we want to schedule some of those people up. And if you are interested in, you need practice on your interviews, you want to review your resume, you're just looking for a job or you're looking for a career change and you'd like a little bit of time to get in, talk to somebody one-on-one about some things that may be missing or that you might be able to do better, please come prepared for that. We'll have sign-ups there on that Monday at the conference and have some open times. We'll be doing that throughout the conference as time allows and as there's demand. That Monday night there's a dinner at the Cannery Row Brewing Company. Mapbox, one of our sponsors at the conference, is sponsoring that event. They're going to have their people there. They're going to be talking a little bit about some of their stuff they do, but there's going to be food, opportunities if you would like to have a couple of drinks that night and meet with friends. It's going to be a great opportunity to get together the night of the conference starting. That's that Monday night. So everybody who registers for the conference can come to that dinner, and if you have some extra family that comes into town or a guest who wants to come in, there's the opportunity to pay a little extra for that person to join us at that dinner. Tuesday schedule, our first two speakers are Mike Magursky from Code for America and Dylan Lorimer from Google, who will be speaking to us in the morning, and we'll have some time for questions and discussion. Then we'll have a panel discussion discussing the future of GIS and geospatial technology in California. We'll have a few panel members, we'll have a little bit of a presentation, and plenty of opportunity for the attendees to get involved in that conversation. If you happen to be somebody who'd sponsor, a vendor of some kind who would like to be involved, the wall between the area the presentation is going to be going on and the vendor area will be open, so all of you will have the opportunity, if you have a booth there, to be involved in that conversation also. We'll have a lunch, and after the lunch there'll be a town hall discussion about the details of this we're putting together right now, but the geospatial education and career development. We've had a lot of discussion about that in the past, particularly with mentoring and what people should do to get involved, what they need to know as they're going forward, and we'll have some discussion of that. And then a little bit later we'll have some discussion about the CalGIS conference, the past and the future of it, and then a bunch of lightning talks will be that afternoon, right before we go into the exhibit hall networking reception, where there'll be food and such. After the networking reception, at about 7 o'clock, we have scheduled up at the Monterey Beach Party location, right on the Monterey Beach. There's a company there who's going to host us for the, we have two hosts for that, and right off the top of my head, I'm terribly sorry for our sponsors of that, but I don't have the paper right in front of me telling me who are the sponsors for that. I'll see if I can get that before the end of this presentation. And we're going to have an activity there on the beach, fire pits, drinks, s'mores around the fire, whatever it'll be kind of a fun evening. And if it just happens to rain that night, we would love to get some rain here in the state, but if it happens to rain that night, they have an indoor area that we can go in and have that same event. That'll be kind of a come and go as you please event, and families, if you want to bring kids, if you're off on that, if they're off school that week and you'd like to bring them, please feel free to. Wednesday there's going to be a gold sponsor session in the morning and then breakout sessions for most of the rest of the day. If you go to the calgis.org website, you can download the preliminary program and see what the presentations are going to be. There's some great presentations, plenty of opportunity for you to get involved. We're trying to keep it down to just 4 breakout rooms at a time so that you'll have an opportunity to be in with a lot of people and have a good discussion with the people who are doing the presentations. Some of those presentations, if you'll read up on them, are a little shorter than we've normally had. We normally have the 3 presentations in an hour and a half. In some cases, we're trying to cut the presentations time down a little bit so we can get more of them in a session, and so you'll have more opportunity to see a larger variety of presentations. That afternoon, after the breakout, we are going to quickly restructure the room and have our closing session. We encourage you to stay. Just plan on being there for the closing session. It'll be from 2:30 to 4, and we'll have Eric Gunderson will be our first speaker. He's going to do a presentation. He's the CEO of Mapbox. And then following that, we'll have Jack Dangerman, who's going to be our closing keynote. He's, most of you know who Jack is. Some of you are learning quickly who Eric is out there in the community. We encourage you to really, these will be great speakers for us. The last time Jack Dangerman was involved in our conference was 10 years ago, and so we welcome him on our 20th conference. So with that being said, I'm going to end that slideshow and move over to our first guest,